Hey, what's up everybody? Brent from Brenspeed. Thanks for watching Brenspeed TV. Today is awesome. 2020 GT500. What a sick car. We're gonna pull it in the shop. We're gonna put on a lift. We're gonna look underneath. We're gonna check it out. We're gonna drive the car. We're gonna put on the dyno. We're gonna see what it lays down, and we're gonna put it up against a GT350 with a Whipple Supercharger. You guys know I love 350s. Whenever we put a Whipple on them, a lot of you leave comments. That might be a better car than this GT500. I don't know after looking at it. We're gonna find out. All right, let's take a peek under the hood on this bad boy. And hey, if you haven't, as always, please subscribe, hit notify. 760 horsepower, 5.2 liter. Pretty sick looking engine. I'm sure you've seen pictures of this thing online, but it's always cool when I pop a hood on something like this, something that just came out, to actually get a really look at it underneath. This is neat. All right, hand built with pride, signed by Carrie right there. So that's cool. Got the little signature on there. But 760 horsepower. Really can't wait to put this thing on the dyno and can't wait to drive it down the road. But before we do that, I just want to put it up in the air, take a look underneath, see if anything really cool jumps out at me. First thing that jumped out at me actually outside are the brakes on this thing. Doug, look at these over here. The brakes on this car are huge. Probably, I'm gonna say the best, the largest that Ford's put on any production Mustang like this. But enough of that, let's get it up in the air. All right, let's check this out. Okay, so a couple things jump out right at first. First thing I see, okay, I'm kind of comparing this to a GT350. I might mention some GT stuff also, but we have an aluminum pan right here. So that's composite on a 350. So that jumps, hey, look at this, 7-speed automatic transmission. I know a lot of people were a little hurt that, you know, this wasn't getting your typical manual transmission, but this is honestly going to be a really sick transmission. It's the reason these cars are so fast to drag strip right off the showroom floor, because it can really just shift fast going down the track. If you can put the power down to the ground, that's cool. I think it might be GT350 as exhaust manifold. So your cats do unbolt directly off the exhaust manifold. That'll be good for the aftermarket. Maybe you want some high flow cats. The middle of the exhaust right here is very GT350, so you have your X pipe. Everything looks pretty much the same. Mufflers are definitely different. Of course, these are active. I think I have 4 modes, so that's cool. Something I noticed right away here looking at the IRS. So I don't know if you can see this, Doug. Come over here, this vertical link right here. So that's aluminum, where that's stamped. Even on a 350, that's stamped. So that's an upgraded part. And I also noticed, which you're probably not going to be able to see, I'm pretty positive these half shafts for sure are upgraded over even a 350, because this one right here seems much larger than a 350 half shaft, which I actually have laying on the ground right over here, because we have 350s in here all over. So this is a 350 half shaft right here, which are a little bit better than a standard GT, but I don't believe near as good as what's going to be on this GT500 right here. So there's a little bit of underneath. What else we got going over here? Okay, 2 other things I want to show you real quick. Well, it's gonna be kind of hard to see, but from the factory, carbon fiber drive shaft. So that's great to see, because you know that's not available on the GT350. We do install a lot of those on GT350s, but this one has it right out of the box. Now, one other thing, I'm just showing you this because it's not specific to the GT500, but the GT350 has it also. We have a brake cooling duct right there. So air coming in through the front, traveling through here, cool the brakes. That's pretty awesome. Again, that's on a 350, but some of you with 350s don't even know you have that. So that's cool. I'm gonna get this thing off the lift. I'm gonna get on the dyno, check out the numbers. I'm gonna battle it against a 350 with a Whipple, and we're gonna go take it on a spin. have. This is DynoJet. This is rated SAE. I'll show you the standard rating also because it changes the numbers. Made 4 pulls, a highest, 684 roll horse at 7,500 RPM, torque 524 at about 5,000. The lowest of the 4 pulls, 659 at about 7,400, 510 torque. Now, that first pull, the higher one, I got into the throttle a little bit slow. That's why the torque is lower down here. But by the end, I was getting into it right at 3,000 RPM. Torque jumps right up like it should. But now, let's see what a difference in an SAE and a standard rating is. Because you might watch other videos, you see different numbers. So 684, highest, roll horse SAE. I'm just gonna switch the rating over. I like SAE ratings, but I'm gonna switch it over to standard. Just simply hit this right here, and I'm gonna apply it. And now we have 702 roll horse, standard, 677 with the lowest, and 537 torque and 523. Cool numbers. This car is definitely making 760 flywheel horsepower, probably more than that, but I think a fair rating on maybe you only get like 90 octane fuel or something, maybe 760 flywheel horsepower. But like I said earlier, let's compare it to a GT350 with a Whipple. So we're gonna watch a pull on that, we're gonna overlay the graphs and figure out, so hey, do you buy a 350, do you put a Whipple on it and be happy, or do you buy the new GT500? Check this out. All right, here we have it. So, GT500 2020 versus the GT350 with a Whipple. Look at our numbers. Now, I need to show you something else at the end, so keep watching. The Whipple car made 735 of the tires at 8,000, okay? Torque was 524. Torque is pretty much on par with the GT500, but go down these graphs. So, look, they're on top of each other. I ran the Whipple car out farther, 8,000 RPM. That's where the 735 comes from. Shut the GT500 down at about 7,500. So all in all, overlaying these graphs, if you look at it, they are extremely similar. So Whipple on a 350, you got the GT500, powers essentially on top of each other. Yes, the Whipple has a higher number. If you know anything about dynos, that's just because I went out higher RPM, but they're very equivalent. So that's cool to see, because a lot of you are always like, what do you think? I can buy a GT350, put a Whipple on it, have the same thing as a GT500. So this kind of shows me power-wise, you're correct. But I want to go drive this car and learn a little bit more about it. Okay, so I love this transmission. I mean, these shifts are so on point with a 7-speed, the dual clutch setup. It is nothing like my S550 GT with a paddle shifter that's super lazy. It's slow. This is not. This is a real freaking badass transmission. I love it. The car's stupid fast for a production car, okay? I drive a lot of fast cars. You can modify your car to be fast like this one, but off the showroom floor, it is phenomenal. And like I said, just leaving the transmission and drive, it's super crisp. Boom, boom, boom. I love it. A little weird not having a normal shifter down here. Got the old knob. All right, that's a little different for me, but all in all, it's sweet. I mean, you know, you're just rolling down the road. I'm in, see, here you go, second gear, 40 mile an hour, stomp it. I mean, blows the tires off. Just be expected. It's a little cool out today, but I really, really enjoy driving this car. Compared to a GT350, here's the dealie. Obviously, a 350 costs way less, all right? If you have the money to score a GT500, This is number 231, so pretty early car. It's phenomenal. I love it. I totally just wouldn't worry about it. If you got the cash, get it. I think the car is badass. Now, can you make good power for less money? Absolutely. You can get a 350. You can do the Whipple. You can make really good numbers. You saw that. You can lay down over 700. But for a production car just like this, can't complain. And it's to be expected. I mean, this isn't going to be the same price as a GT350. It's supercharged, has much more advanced features on it. The transmission is amazing. I love it a lot. My S550 is a manual transmission. It's a GT, it's not 350. And I do like driving and ripping around in that car. But I have another S550 that's an automatic, 6R transmission, and it's okay. 18 Mustang, 10-speed automatic, not anything like this transmission. So this transmission is, to me, feels like light years ahead of the 10-speed automatic, and this is a much more exotic transmission, which is to be expected, and is what we were expecting. So that's it. I'm gonna head back to the shop. We'll take one more walk around. I love the car. If you got the money, I totally say buy it. Can you make the same power or more power for less? Yes, you can. You're just not gonna get all the pleasantries out of that. Like this car is absolutely sick. So let's head back right now. All right, badass car, 2020 GT500. Now listen, the one thing I take away from this, okay, it's got a powerful engine, we know that. Supercharged 5.2, driven supercharged cars for a long time. The engine is awesome. It was to be expected to be awesome. That transmission in this car is the number one thing I love about it. And that's kind of what I think everyone should be talking about. It just is so crisp. It's gonna make the car so fast off the showroom floor. And once we start modifying these things, it will be sick. Keep saying that, but it's because it is. So, hey, I'm pumped. Love Whipple Supercharged GT350s, the 2020 GT500. I'm gonna give it 2 thumbs up. I love the car. Hey, if you haven't, please subscribe and notify. Don't forget to do that. That way you can stay up to date on other cool videos I have coming out in the future. Probably more videos on this car right here down the road, and a lot of other sweet Mustangs, F-150s, and who knows what. Thanks for watching.